Hey guys, welcome back to Hero Games. This is your boy Red. We're back today with a slightly new segment to the channel. We're going to do deck build theory videos. I'm doing this for a few reasons. First off, it is BT7 pre-release weekend. I'm still trying to obtain some of my cards. I haven't gotten a chance to test them yet, but I want to talk about some deck ideas. There's actually a lot of deck ideas that stay on the cutter room floor that I don't always get to test out due to perhaps issues getting out to locals sometimes in today's environment. So I thought it might still be good to be able to put out content about ideas for decks I have, and then I can still follow up and do my regular videos once I have tournament results and let you guys know how we did and what we changed. But this way I can kind of show you a little bit of the beginning process of what I do for my decks. So this is going to be BT7 EmperorGreymon build. We are running the following level 3s. Let's start with the old classic BT4 Flamon, one of the original hybrid cards. On play, reveal top 3 cards of your deck. Add one Digimon card with hybrid in its form and or one red tamer card among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. So we run this at 2 copies because I do kind of want to play with a new one. There is a new version now. BT7 Flamon, on play, reveal top 4 cards of your deck. Add one card with hybrid in its traits, a Susanomon or Takuya Kenbara among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. So they both do roughly the same kind of thing. Flamon's a little bit more specific in that it needs to be a hybrid, a Susanomon, or a Takuya, whereas Flamon will grab any Digimon that is a hybrid and any red tamer. So this can be both good and bad. Flamon, the new Flamon gets a lot more search power for hitting a lot of these other ones, but it also hits Susanomon, which despite being part of the hybrid setup, he himself is not a hybrid. Whereas Flamon will not hit that, but would hit more red tamers than Flamon would, who's only going to hit Takuya. So, running both of them, more towards the Flamon here because I am running more Takuyas and I do have Susanomon in this. But if I need to dig for pieces that are not those, Flamon can hit a little bit wider of a range. And then we are running the other BT6 Flamon. This one is our Hairable, so we want this one on the bottom of the stack preferably. Well, this Digimon has hybrid or 10 warriors in its form or type. It gains piercing. And our last level 3 will be Pokemon. On play, reveal top 5 cards to your deck, add one card with hybrid or 10 warriors in its traits, and add one tamer card among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. So this gives us more search power. We're able to search top 5 and add in a hybrid, a tamer, 10 warriors card. So this gets a lot more searchability, just like Flamon, both BT7 and BT4 do. This gives this deck a lot of search power. It's definitely something I can play around with the ratios on and maybe put in some non-hybrid cards possibly. I'm interested in some of the DP gaining Agumons just to hit over some high DP thresholds since we'll be playing against Yellow, and Yellow will be running a lot of DP raising in their security. But for right now, we're going with the high search power, playing with the new cards and the archetype as much as possible. Moving into our level 4s, we have the standard Agumon from BT4. You may Digivolve this card onto a red tamer as if it was a level 3 Digimon. This is nothing new, nothing too shabby to talk about. He is just a 2 evolve on a hybrid. The classic Aguni/Lobo for game strat, but now becoming the main feature of this deck. This is paired with his other level 4 hybrids that can all evolve on top of tamers. Moving into the classic Burning Greymon, you may Digivolve this card from your hand onto one of your red tamers as if this tamer is level 3 Digimon for 3 memory instead of 2. But as a trade-off, this Digimon gets plus 3,000 DP on this turn, putting him at 9,000. And it's going to be important for this build, and we'll talk about why. And we're running 4 copies of the BT7 Burning Greymon, who is still a 3-2 evolve on top of a level 3, but you can also evolve on top of level 4 for 1, or you may Digivolve this card from your hand onto one of your red tamers as if the tamer is a level 3 red Digimon for a memory cost of 2, making him a little bit more memory friendly than the other Burning Greymon. And then, if this card has a hybrid or its traits or a Takuya, when Digivolving, delete a Digimon 4K or less, so we get some board removal as well. Now you'll be noticing that I don't run the promo Agunimon in this, and that's because there is no Ancient package in this. I know Ancient package is kind of considered the bread and butter with the hybrid builds, but I'm not running it for a few reasons, but the predominant reason is I don't have it, and it's not within my card budget. I don't have the promos. I have 1 copy of the Ancient. I'm not spending that much money to go get it for what I don't think is that important of a card. I think this deck can still function just fine without that warp power we'll see. We'll see in testing. Moving to our level 5s, we're running 2 copies of Aldemon. This Aldemon is Security Attack +1, and while this Digimon's Digivolution cards includes a hybrid or a tamer, it gains 4,000 DP. You'll notice that a lot of these strats that I'm trying to make do with will all involve very high DP gains, and we'll get into that once we get into the tamer. I'm running him at 2 copies because I only own 2 copies at this time. I would like to run 3. I think this card could be really good. At the moment I just have 2, so that's what I'm playing with. If it does work out as well as I'm thinking it, I'll definitely look to secure additional copies and test them out. We're pairing this up with the BT4 EmperorGreymon. This Digimon is also treated as a yellow Digimon, but more importantly, Digiburst 2, you may play a red or yellow tamer with a play cost of 4 or less from your hand. So this is a way just to get free tamers on the field, which is going to be the name of the game in BT7. And then when attacking, if you have a tamer in play, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 DP for the turn. Not really important, but I guess it could come up. You know, we could pop an enemy Bokomon. You know, everybody's going to be running Bokomon for that extra memory gain. Our other level 5 is 4 copies of the new Aldemon. When one of your Digimon with a tamer card in its Digivolution cards Digivolves into this card, reduce the memory cost of the Digivolution by 2. If a card with hybrid in its traits is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, this Digimon gets plus 4,000 DP, putting him at 12k. And while this Digimon has hybrid or 10 warriors in its traits, it does not activate security effects on option cards to check. So this Digimon has a built-in delicate plan, which is great. I don't know if there's going to be a whole lot of security control style decks right now in this meta, especially at my locals. But if it does come up, we have an option for it. For our main level 6, we are running 4 copies of the new EmperorGreymon. So this is why we're playing this deck, to get this Greymon boy here. I don't care if he's good or not. He's a Greymon. We love him. When Digivolving, Blitz, which allows us to attack on our opponents as the memory goes over into our opponent's turn. And then your turn, once per turn, when this Digimon is blocked, unsuspend it and gain 1 memory for each Digivolution card this Digimon has with hybrids in its traits. So while blockers are very minimal this meta, if there is a blocking opportunity, EmperorGreymon won't be bothered by it. First off, we can go straight into it from a tamer, which we'll talk about here in a second. We can swing for game with it, and if they try to block it, he'll unsuspend and gain memory, possibly still keeping it our turn. This is a fantastic late game card, way to finish it off. And our side 6, I'm running EmperorGreymon, the other Greymon with the sword. This is a long time favorite. I'm telling you, you guys are sleeping on this card. This card is an amazing card to run as a side 6 in a lot of decks. EmperorGreymon, Digiburst 2, when Digivolving. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 8,000 DP or less. You are popping level 5 Digimon. If your opponent is foolish enough to leave that level 5 Digimon out and thinking they're turning it to a 6 next turn, EmperorGreymon says otherwise. It's a great way to set your opponent back and make them have to regather some resources. It's been tested. It's been proven. It comes up. I promise. Also, I don't know what to run with this deck. Without having the Ancient package, you're left to just one in-theme red level 6. I've been struggling trying to figure out what kind of red 6 I want to run. For right now, I'm thinking the EmperorGreymon. I'm only running at 2 copies. If it comes up, it comes up. It's a good way to pop a level 5 and keep on going about my day. Next, we are also running 2 copies of the new Susanomon. You may Digivolve this card from your hand onto one of your tamers as if the tamer is a level 6 Digimon by placing 10 tamer cards and or cards with hybrids in their trait from your hand or trash to the bottom of the deck in any order. It naturally has security +2, and when Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon. There's also a 7 to evolve and can evolve off any color, our first Rainbow Digimon. Or Rainbow Evolution, I should say. Susanomon has a lot of that big come-out power like BT1 Omnimon, but without having to build up. It naturally having security attack +2 rather than BT1 Omnimon's attack, remove a source, unsuspend, definitely does a lot to its staying power if it survives into the next turn. Running 2 copies of Gaia Force. It's our simple red removal option. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon. There is a lot of red removal options right now, but I do kind of like the end-all be-all, just pop one big boy Digimon. But there's definitely room for argument on a lot of other options depending on what you're facing against. Into our tamers, we are running 3 copies of the BT1 Tai Kamiya. It is our memory corrector, and then also all of our red Digimon with 4 more sources against security attack +1, which is very easy to do in this deck, especially with the new tamer, which is He'll Be Next. But this allows our red Digimons and our EmperorGreymons and our Aldemons to check just 1 more security. Are running the new tamer at 4. This is our Takuya. You may play 5 cards with hybrid and their traits from your trash under this Digimon in order to Digivolve it into an EmperorGreymon from your hand, as if this tamer was a level 5 Digimon. It's inheritable. It adds plus 2,000 DP to the Digimon, And then while this Digimon has 10,000 DP or more, it gains Security Attack +1. Our last tamer, let's talk about that real quick. Our last tamer is 2 copies of Analog Youth. This is another tamer / searcher option. This one, you can kind of make or break. I like its search power. It can go into Susanomon. It definitely has some viability, I think. On play, reveal top 3 cards from your deck. Add 1 Digimon card among them to your hand. Trash the remaining cards. When one of your level 5 or higher Digimon with Digivolution cards is deleted, you may suspend this tamer. If you do, gain 1 memory and hatch a Digi-Egg. So talking about some combos here, almost everything is massive DP gains. You know, if we look at something as simple as Burning Greymon, even at the level 4 stage, Burning Greymon is 6,000 DP naturally. It'll be 9,000 DP by the time of his own effect, and then we go to Takuya, who will add in another 2,000. That puts him over the 10,000 mark. So Burning Greymon, a level 4, is getting a natural security +1 from this Takuya. If we go up into Aldemon, either Aldemon gain plus 4,000 DP on, you know, this one has it all the time. This one just has it when Digivolving. But when they're coming out, these Digimon will be over the K threshold. On top of Takuya will give them a security attack +1. If you put that on top of Aldemon, he already has a natural security +1, so now he's checking 3 security at a level 5 stage. So we're presented with a lot of opportunity in this red build to be able to check a lot of security really early game. Even EmperorGreymon, when partnered with this Takuya can warp evolve straight into this EmperorGreymon. He'll have Blitz, so he'll attack immediately. He will certainly just naturally already be over the K threshold for the Takuya security +1. But because we put all those sources under Takuya, he will also trigger Tai's security +1. He will also get all these other effects, so we can pop an enemy Pokemon. We can, if we die, play another Takuya. We can give him piercing, so we're not worried about blocking. If they even dared block, which, you know, we got effects already for blocking. We don't have to choose between singing into security or a boss monster. We can take care of Digimon on the field and still check our security. And we don't have to worry about option cards. So it doesn't matter if they got Hammer Sparks, Ice Walls, Gaia Force, whatever the heck's in their security. As long as it's not too big of a Digimon, which, you know, Red, we're kind of the king of checking big Digimon. We're going to survive, or we're getting through that security. So this is my prototype build. I'm hoping to test it this weekend and throughout the week. I'll be running EmperorGreymon, and I'll be running the Black X line, which I'll be posting a video about that soon. But this is my theory build for EmperorGreymon without the Ancient package. If you want to do something a little bit different without breaking the bank on the Ancient package, this is a pretty affordable build. The most expensive thing, obviously, is the Susanomon. But otherwise, this is actually a pretty cheap red budget build, and I think it could definitely get some wins. I'll let you guys know how it goes. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Digimon content. And I appreciate you stopping by. Take care.